Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And I'm quite surprised to see Echo as a new series for Marvel Spotlight because for the first time we don't have a hero as protagonist, but we have someone that is on his journey to become something more than what we left at the end of Okay. So how have you find the idea to come to searching for a sort of origin stories in the background of Native American culture for Maya Lopez?
Yeah, no, I think that was actually one of the most interesting things about the project for myself. I think when I first saw Hawkeye, to me, the most interesting thing about Maya Lopez was that she was a villain. And so when I came on board and talking with Marvel and sort of explaining all that to them, their response was lean into that. Let's see where that goes. Let's go down that rabbit hole. Let's see what happens. And that really was kind of the basis of our show and our series and Maya Lopez. What's the expression? Any good villain thinks they're doing the right thing. And so but it also is incredibly freeing for us because we're not beholden. She's not doing something for the goodness of the heart of her heart, or she's not like a super patriot and she's being ultra American or anything like that, right? She has her own motivations, and those can be violent, those can be visceral. There's so much room for shades of gray in there, and then on top of that, you have somebody like Kingpin, and you get to explore the Maya Lopez and the Kingpin dynamic. And it's sort of an uncle niece mentor mentee relationship, but it's also kind of like skewed, and it's also kind of dark and twisted in a really great way. So for myself, it was incredibly exciting to bring this character to life.
It's exciting even for us as a spectators because we are not accustomed to see this sort of violence in Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is something refreshing because we can remember the violence in the old series like Daredevil, Iron Fist, but the MCU has never shown this part of their characters. And coming back to Maya, and I'm really happy to see how she comes back to her origins and seeing actors as Garman Green that is extremely funny to see him on screen. Um, how have you find the right alchemy between what she's now and what her culture has to be um, integrated in what she's becoming?
Yeah, I think that's part of the challenge, but that's also where like the fun lies. It's like, how do you walk that tightrope? How do you balance the cultural aspect of Maya Lopez with the plot aspect of what she is, who she is, where she's coming from. And that's where like representation comes in, right? In terms of that, the character that we're portraying is Choctaw. In the comic book, she's Blackfeet, but she's essentially Blackfeet in name only. And so for the because she's Choctaw, that meant that we had to involve the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. We wanted their input, we wanted their advice, we wanted their expertise, or everything from the language to the culture to what we can portray, what we can't portray. Those are all things that are incredibly important to myself. And then because like, even though I am indigenous, I'm American, I'm Navajo. The Navajo Nation and the Choctaw Nation have completely different languages, completely different cultures, completely different traditions, whereas different as Portuguese and Polish.
Yeah, and that's quite important even for us foreigner, not Americans, because we don't have such a culture of what is being American beside the great town. We don't have a great knowledge about
Yeah.
Native American culture, and that could be a good point to start knowing another aspect of American society we don't know very much. And Maya probably is the best character in the MCU to be in a message from those cultures.
Yeah, exactly.
I thank you for your time.
Uh,
Thank you for the work you have done on Echo.
Short and sweet. All right. Thank you.
You're driving me crazy.